In English we say, I miss you. But in poetry we say, without you there is a hollow space inside me that will never be filled. In English we say, I still love you. In poetry we say, I cannot find a way to untangle my heart from yours. In English we say, I'm sorry. But in poetry we say, I bleed for the pain I caused you as if your wounds were my own. In English we say, can we fix this? In poetry we say, how do I glue back together everything I broke? In English we say, I'm not sure this can be fixed. In poetry we say, it only takes one hole to sink a ship. In English we say goodbye. In poetry we say, I'll keep you tucked away in my heart for the rest of my life. In English we say, maybe we weren't meant to be. But in poetry we say, perhaps you will always be my parallel line, forever one step and an infinity away, and perhaps no one will ever know me like you. After all, we are the same, but sometimes two people can have an undeniable connection, everything in common, and still our paths don't intersect. Sometimes you love someone with every bit of your heart, but they're not yours to keep in the end. And that is our tragedy, that we are destined to know each other deeply, to be inextricably linked, to be infinitely close and infinitely out of reach. But perhaps it is possible, however cruel fate may seem, to both love someone and understand it was never meant to be. In English we say, I think it's meant to be. But in poetry we say, I am certain of you. And it's not just your infectious smile or anything you do. It's not just your laugh or your eyes or that freckle that I can't ignore. With you there is something different. With you there is something more. Because my whole life, my heart has been rambling on, speaking a language that no one seems to know. My whole life, my heart has been calling out to an empty room, and I've always felt alone. But something funny happened today. My heart started to speak just like it has for all my life, but for the first time ever, someone's heart replied. Your heart spoke my heart's language. When no one could hear me, your heart could. And I've never known a love more certain than finally being understood. In English we say, I can't stop thinking about you. In poetry we say, I know we've only just met, and I don't mean to move too fast, but I couldn't sleep last night because I don't know your middle name, or how you take your coffee, and for some reason there's nothing in the world I would like to know more, except maybe how your hair looks when it's messy in the morning, and what makes you laugh until you cry, or what makes you laugh when you're crying. Either or both or all of those facts would be fine. And I know we only just met, and I don't mean to move too fast, but I couldn't focus this morning because I need to know your preference in takeout food and the dreams you'd never say out loud but secretly wish to come true. And if I were to buy you flowers, would you want them to be blue? And I know we only just met, and I don't mean to move too fast, but suddenly your voice is in my head, playing on repeat, and I'll probably never say this out loud, and I should probably get some sleep. It's just that suddenly everything that's significant to you is significant to me. In English we say, I met someone. In poetry we say, my heart collided with its other half today. In English we say, I'm in love. In poetry we say, I cannot find a gap between where my soul ends and yours begins. In English we say, it's over. In poetry we say, there is an empty room inside me that echoes your name.